channel, and we got some New York Yankees night. Hello, everybody, and welcome. And we got the Boston Red Sox traveling to New York to take on the Yankees in Game 1 of a two-game series. And leading off for the Red Sox, playing shortstop is Burleson. Batting second, playing second is Remy. Batting third, playing left field is Rice. Batting fourth, playing first base is Yastrzemski. Batting fifth doing the catching is Fisk. Batting sixth playing center field is Lynn. Batting seventh DHing is Brohammer. Batting eighth playing right field is Evans. Batting ninth playing third base is Hobson. And on the mound is the lefty Hassler. And for the hometown New York Yankees, we got leading off playing center field is Rivers. Batting second playing second is Randolph. Batting third DHing is Munson. Batting fourth playing right field is Jackson. That's not the same lineup I got here. It is. Okay, batting fourth playing right field is Jackson. Batting fifth playing left field is Piniella. Batting sixth playing first base is Chambliss. Batting seventh playing third base is Nettles. Batting eighth doing the catching is Johnson. Batting ninth playing shortstop is Dent. And on the mound is TIDROW. Let's get down here to the Yankee Stadium and get this game started. And to lead it off for Boston is Rick Burleson. Batting .220 on the year with 3 homers and 24 RBIs. Dick TIDROW making his 17th start, 23rd appearance. He's 10-5 with no saves and a 3.19 ERA. And here's the pitch to Rick. And that's going to be a rare play. A 52 and a 39 already. 52 and a 39. And that is going to be a foul ball, strike one. So here's the 0-1 pitch to Burleson. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Rivers. And that'll be out number one. One up and one down here in the top of the first. And that brings up Remy. Got the two R's coming up, Remy and Rice. Remy batting .282 in the year with 4 homers and 35 RBIs. Excuse me. And against the righty, that's going to be a base hit. Let's see here, make sure. No, it's not, is it? Yeah, it is going to be a base hit. He's a +2. That's going to be a base hit in the center field. Remy gets aboard here with a 1-out single. And Rice comes to the plate. And Rice setting the world on fire here in '78, leading the American League and everything, batting .341 with 32 homers and 94 RBIs. And here's the pitch to Rice. Do we want to have Remy take off? That'll be the question. 28. 28. He's going to take off. 54 lower. He's safe at second. And they throw him out. Remy gets thrown out trying to steal. Nice job by Heathcliff. Now there's 2 outs and Rice at the plate. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. And that'll end the inning. Boston nothing. Yankees coming to the plate with Rivers, Randolph, and Munson. Mickey batting .278 on the year with 6 homers, 38 RBIs. Andy Hessler making his first start of the year. He's pitched in 8 games. He's 0-1 with a 1 save and a 2.25 ERA. And here's the pitch to Mickey. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Hobson's up with it, fires over to Yastrzemski, and there's 1 down. And Willie Randolph comes to the plate now. Willie batting .302. He's got 2 homers and 33 RBIs. And that against the lefty is going to be a single into left field. So Randolph gets aboard here with a 1-out single. And Randolph's going to try to get down the second here. That would make him that evens out a 32, so a 62 or lower. And he's in there with a stolen base. So Willie gets in the scoring position here with one out. And here's the pitch to Munson. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. With a runner down the second, is that going to get him over to third? 46 and an 8. 46 and an 8 is fielding column number 2 or 1. Fielding column 1. It's going to be a line drive. And the runner does hold. So line drive down the second. Munson hit it hard, but right at Remy. Now there's 2 down for Reggie Jackson. And Jackson is batting .302 on the year with 22 homers and 58 RBI. And that's going to be another ball hit down the second. This time it's going to be still a line drive. They've hit it hard both times at Remy. He makes the play and Willie gets stranded at second. Go to the top of the second in a 0-0 game. As Philip Reynolds joins us, check out his great channel. And Carl Yastrzemski's due up. He'll be followed by Fisk and Lynn. Yaz is only batting .249, having a rough 1978 season so far. 12 homers and 52 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Reggie. That'll be out number 1. And Fisk comes to the plate. And Carlton is batting .266, 18 homers, 64 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Dick strikes him out, his first strikeout of the game. 2 up and 2 down here in the second. Freddie Lynn comes to the plate, batting .288 with 14 homers and 54 RBI. And that's going to be a rare play. A 40 and a 53. That's going to be a strike. See, he watches that like the house beside the road goes by for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Lynn. And that's going to be a 23 and a 40. Another rare play. 23 and a 40. And now he looks at that one, and that's called a ball. So now we got a 1-1 count. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. And the Red Sox go in order 1, 2, 3. To the bottom of the second we go. You got Piniella, Chambliss, and Nettles due up. Lou batting .323. He's got 6 homers and 41 RBI. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit. So Lou gets aboard here with the leadoff single. And that's going to bring up Chris Chambliss. Chambliss not having a good 78 so far, only batting .237. He's got 7 homers and 60 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Chambliss out for out number 1. That's Andy's first strikeout. Now Greg Nettles comes to the plate, batting .290 on the year. And he's got 20 homers and 63 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. And now there's 2 outs. A runner still down at first. And Heathcliff comes up. Cliff Johnson batting a .181, 6 homers and 14 RBIs. And that's going to be with a runner down at first. That's going to be a pop-up down the third. And the Yankees strand another. To the top of the third we go in a 0-0 game. Boomhammer due up. Evans and Hobson, the bottom third of the order, due up here for the Red Sox. You can see the Red Sox are 59 and 45. They've struck out 529 batters. They walked 391, giving up 191 doubles and 29 triples. The Yankees are 70 and 35, struck out 500 batters, walked 283, giving up 154 doubles and 25 triples. Here's the pitch to Jack, batting .283 with 2 homers and 22 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bucky. He fires over to first for out number 1. And Dewey Evans is up. Dwight's batting .230, 13 homers, 40 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. TIDROW picks it up, fires over the first, and there's quickly 2 down here in the third. And Butch Hobson comes to the plate. Butch is batting .271. He has 11 homers and 51 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. 1, 2, 3 goes the Red Sox. To the bottom of the third we go. We got Dent due up. Then back to the top of the order, and Rivers and Randolph. Bucky batting .275, 2 homers and 25 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Butch. And there's 1 down here in the third. Back to Mickey Rivers. And Mickey's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a base hit against the lefty. 10. And yes, that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Mickey gets aboard here with a 1-out single. And Mickey's going to take off and run here. And again, it'll be a 62 or lower for him to get in scoring position. And he's in there with a stolen base. So Mickey's down at second. And 1 out for Willie Randolph. Randolph singled and stole second his first time up. 1 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Actually, that's going to be a pop-up down the third. And there's 2 down. So it's up to the captain, Munson, here to do something. Thurman 0 for 1. Lined out. Hit the ball hard, but right at Remy. And that one, that's going to be a base hit. This one Remy can't get to. It's going to be a base hit. And you got the missile launcher, Evans, out there in right field with 2 outs. Let's see here. 2 outs, a single in the right field. And that's going to be a 56. And I guess you're going to have to, oh, he's going to make it without a throw. Munson with an RBI single. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead. Now you got a runner down at first, 2 outs, and Reggie Jackson up. Jackson lined out to Remy also. His first time up. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. He hits Reggie, and these Yankee fans ain't too happy. Reggie walks on down to first. Says a few words to Andy, but now you got first and second. And Lou Piniella up. Piniella singled his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And he'll throw over to first. And that'll end the inning. But the Yankees score 1 on the RBI single by Munson, take a 1-0 lead. We go to the top of the fourth with the top of the order due up here for the Red Sox. Burleson, Remy, and Rice. Brick 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Mickey. The second time he's hit the ball out to center field. Second time Rivers makes the catch. And there's 1 down. And Jerry comes to the plate. He was caught stealing his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Dick. Over to Chambliss. And there's 2 down. And Jim Rice comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He popped up to second his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Dent. 1, 2, 3 goes the Red Sox. To the bottom of the fourth we go. Chambliss, Nettles, and Johnson due up here. Chambliss 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lynn. He makes the catch, and there's 1 down. And Nettles comes to the plate. Nettles is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Andy strikes him out. Now there's 2 outs, and that's his second strikeout of the game. And Johnson's up. Cliff 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Yaz. 1, 2, 3 goes the Yankees. To the top of the fifth we go. Speaking of Yaz, he'll lead it off here in the top of the fifth, followed by Fisk and Lynn. Yaz 0 for 1. And that's going to be against the righty, a 7. And that's going to be a base hit. Yaz gets aboard here with the leadoff single. So a leadoff single by Yastrzemski. Fisk comes up. Can they get the ground ball? Not a lot of speed here on the pads. Fisk is 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. Nettles waits for it, makes the catch. And there's one down. And Freddie Lynn comes to the plate. Now Lynn 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a against the righty. That's going to be a base hit. And that's going to put runners at first and second. First and second and 2 outs for Jack. And Jack is 0 for 1 today. He grounded out his first time up. Yankees looking for that ground ball this time. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And a 32 and a 2 should be fielding column 2. 32 and a 2 is fielding column 2. And that's too shallow. Yaz will stay put. Now there's 2 outs, still first and second for Dewey Evans. Dwight Evans, he is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a 9. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And Yaz is going to score easily, I would think, on 2 outs. That's going to be a 66. Yeah, he's going to score easily. So yeah, scores easily, ties this ball game up. And Lynn will make it down the third easily. So we got first and third, 2 down in a tie ball game. Dewey Evans with the big 2-out base hit to tie it up. Now Hobson comes up with the go-ahead run 90 feet away. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out. And that's going to be against the righty, a 10. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And that's going to get the runner. Runner's going to stop at second. No use getting thrown out at third. And that makes it a 2-1 game. All this happening with 2 outs now. First and second, Rick Burleson. Red Sox scored 2, take the lead here in the fifth. And Rick is 0 for 2. He's flown out the Rivers twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the dent. He'll throw over to second the short way to end the inning. But the Red Sox score 2. It's 2-1 Boston. We go to the bottom of the fifth with Dent due up, followed by Rivers and Randolph. Bucky is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Remy, and that'll be out number 1. And Mickey comes to the plate, 1 for 2. Singleton came around the score back in the third. And that's going to be a base hit. Where's River going to deposit this one at in Yankee Stadium? And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go is the question. And that'll be against the lefty. That'll be a 10. And that ball is off the wall. The H takes away the homer. That's going to be a double by Rivers. Couldn't quite get it out of here. Andy with that H takes the homer away from Rivers. Now you got the tie and run down at second. Mickey thought he just tied this game up. Willie's up 1 for 2 with a stolen base today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And a 55 and a 9. That is going to be fielding column 2. runner's going to hold. He's going to look the runner back to second, fire over to first. Now there's 2 outs. It's up to Thurman. Thurman came through the last time and drove in a run. He's 1 for 2 with that RBI back in the third. And that's going to be a rare play, a 14 and a 38. 14 and a 38. And a 38 is a 23, the catcher, and a 64. 64. Catcher, a 64 on an 8. That's probably going to be fielding column 3. 64 and an 8. And it is fielding column 3. That's going to be batter safe at first on a catcher's interference. Runner holds. So catcher interference. What is catcher interference? Let's just look it up. It'll be quicker. Catcher interference here. Catcher interference. Catcher interference. Just a CI. Just a CI, catcher interference. Munson's on, and that brings up Reggie. Reggie first and second. Time run at second. Go ahead, run at first. And a 2-1 ball game. Can Reggie deliver here? This is what they're paying him for. First and second, 2 outs. And the pitch to Reggie. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Reggie out to end the inning. The Yankees straying 2. It's still 2-1 as we get to the top of the 6th. And Remy's up. He is 1 for 2. He'll be followed by Rice and Yastrzemski. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Dick strikes him out. That is Dick's second strikeout of the game. And now you got Jim Rice up. Rice is 0 for 2 today. Popped up and grounded out. And that's going to be a rare play, a 33 and a 40. A 33 and a 40. And that's going to be hit out to left field. Pinella's out there. And a 56 and a 2 is probably going to be fielding column 3. 56 and a 2, yes it is. And that's going to be first, second, and third on error. F runner scores. Nope. Rice is going to be a 3-base error on Lou. A 3-base error. Rice ends up down at third. We'll have to bring the infield in. Have to bring the infield in on a 3-base error by Pinella. And Yastrzemski's up. He's 1 for 2 today. He's flown out, singled, and came around to score in the 5th. And that's going to be a 8 against a 7. And that's going to be a base hit through the drawn-in infield. And that's going to score Rice, and it's now 3-1 Boston. Fisk comes up now with a runner down at first. 1 out. And Fisk is 0 for 2 today. So the big error hurt him. And that's going to be popped up straight up the chute. Heathcliff waits for it to come down, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Gets his counterpart out. Now Freddie Lynn's up. Lynn's 1 for 2. He singled and came around to score in the 5th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. But the costly error by Piniella adds another run to this game. It's 3-1 Boston. We got Piniella due up here, followed by Chambliss and Nettles. Pinella's 1 for 2 today. And that's going to be a base hit. Piniella gets aboard with the leadoff single. As Aaron Reed joins us here, check out his great channel. And Chambliss is up now. Tying run comes to the plate. Chambliss is 0 for 2. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Hassler. And he's going to strike him out. So Chambliss strikes out for the 2nd time, and now Nettles is up. Nettles deliver here with 1 out. And that's going to be against the right lefty. That'll be a 12 and a 9. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Evans makes a nice play on the ball, takes a hit away from Nettles. And now Heathcliff's up. And he is 0 for 2. He is popped up and grounded out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. So Piniella gets stranded at first. And it's still a 3-1 game as we go to the top of the 7th with the bottom part of the order due up. Jack, Dwight, and Butch due up here. You can see the team comparisons. 529 strikeouts, 391 walks, and 191 doubles, 29 triples given up by Boston. Yankees 500 strikeouts. They've struck out 283 batters, given up 154 doubles and 25 triples. Jack is 0 for 2 today. Not anymore. He squares this one up. Where's this one going to go? And that ball is driven into the gap, out and right field. Jackson gets over, cuts it off, holds him to a single. Nice job by Reggie. So the leadoff batter's aboard here. Evans comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI in the 5th. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Can the Yankees turn 2? That is the question. No, they'll get the lead runner out at second, but Evans gets down to first, beats the throw. So now there's 1 out, a runner still at first. And Butch is up. Hobson, he is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Mickey. And there's 2 outs, a runner still at first. Rick Burleson. And Rick is 0 for 3. He's flown out to Mickey twice and grounded into a fielder's choice. And that's going to be another ground ball. Dent fires over to first, and that'll end the inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 3-1 Boston. You got Dent due up. He'll be followed by Rivers and Randolph. Bucky is 0 for 2 today. Grounded out twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart at second. And that'll be out number. Sorry, his counterpart at second. That'll be grounded out to second. Bucky playing short. So there's 1 out. And now Mickey's back up. Mickey is 2 for 3 today. He has doubled. Thought he had a game-tying homer and got stranded down at second. And he has singled back in the 3rd, stole a base, and came around to score the only run. And that's going to be a ground ball. This will be down to second again. They might want to hit it to somebody else besides Remy. So now there's 2 down. Nobody on for Randolph. Randolph's 1 for 3 with a stolen base back in the 1st. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Freddie. Yankees go down quietly. 1-2-3 to the top of the 8th we go. Let's see here. Is that going to be it for Dick? I think it is. He got lefty, righty, lefty. Let's see here. Who they got in the bullpen? Lindy, I think, is going to come in. Let's see here. When was the last time Lindy pitched? Yeah, Paul Lindy's going to come in the game and pitch. That'll be it for Dick. He didn't pitch a bad game. 7 innings, only gave up 3 runs. One of them was unearned. Error out there by Piniella. So Lindy comes in. And this is his first game with the Yankees. In 1978, he didn't have a record and had a 4.42 ERA. He'll be facing Remy, Rice, and Yastrzemski here. Remy is 1 for 3, singled, grounded out, and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lou. He makes the catch, and there's one down. Here comes Rice. He hit that ball out to left field, and Lou misplayed it the last time. And Rice came around to score. 3-base error. Rice is 0 for 3. And that's going to be a ground ball down the nettles. That'll be out number 2. And Yastrzemski comes up now. Yaz is 2 for 3 with an RBI. He is singled in the 5th and the 6th. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Rivers. 1, 2, 3 goes the Red Sox. To the bottom of the 8th we go. And that's going to be it for Hassler. Andy comes out of the game, giving up 1 run on 6 hits. And you got the righty, a lefty, and a righty due up. And Stanley, the steamer. Bob Stanley's going to come in the game here. Try to close it out. So Stanley's going to come in the game here in the 8th. 3-1 lead. And this is Stanley's 50th appearance. He's 12-2 with 7 saves. Excuse me, a 2.56 ERA. He'll be facing the big boys, Munson, Jackson, and Piniella. And Munson is 1 for 2 with the only RBI. He did make it the first his last time up on catcher interference. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Stanley. He fires over to first. And there's 1 out. What this deal here? We'll take it. There we go. So now there's 1 out. Reggie struck out his last time up first and second. Here's the pitch to Jackson. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. And there's quickly 2 down here in the 8th. And Piniella comes up having a good game. He is 2 for 3 today. A single in the 2nd and 6th. And that's going to be a base on ball. So Lou gets aboard here with a 2-out walk. That brings the tying run up. And Chris Chambliss. Chambliss is 0 for 3. He struck out twice and flew out. He's glad to see Andy going. And that's going to be a 41. What is that? That's going to be a 42 and an 8. What's that? That's going to be fielding column 2 or 1. Fielding column 1. Runner called off first. Runner called off first if neither team leads by more. So Lou gets picked off. Nice job by Fisk. Picks him off. I don't know what the hell Lou was thinking. Gets picked off, ends the inning. And we go to the top of the 9th in a 3-1 game. And we got Fisk due up, followed by Lynn and Jack. Carlton 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Willie. And that'll be out number 1. Freddie comes to the plate. He is 1 for 3. He's grounded out, singled, and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Reggie. And now there's 2 down here in the 9th. And Jack comes to the plate. And Jack's 1 for 3, singled his last time up. And that's going to be another ground ball down to Willie. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Yankees trailing by 2 in a 3-1 game. Chambliss, who was up 1, Lou got picked off at first, followed by Nettles and Johnson. Chris is 0 for 3 today, struck out, flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Evans. That'll be out number 1. That brings up Greg Nettles now. And Nettles is 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be a base on balls, and the Yankees will take it. And they're going to pitch it here for Cliff. I guess they can. You got Heath on the bench to yeah, Heath's on the bench. He can come in and catch if they tie this game up. So let's see here. Who are they going to bring in here to pitch hit? Looks like Roy White's coming off the bench. Yep, Roy White's going to come off the bench and pitch hit for Johnson. So White will come in here and pitch hit. Tie and run at the plate. In a 3-1 game, Roy White coming up. He'll bat from the left side. And White's having a nice year. Well, no, he's not. Not as good as I thought. He's only batting .237, 4 homers, and 23 RBIs. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strikes. Can White take advantage of this 2-0 pitch? Nope. That's going to be a ground ball down the third. Hobson down there. 24 and a 3. 24 and a 3. And they'll get the runner out at second. But White makes it down the third. Get him down the first. So you got the runner down at first. Now there's 2 outs. 2 outs. And Bucky Dent comes to the plate. Can Bucky deliver here? Keep this inning going and game going. He is 0 for 3. He's grounded out to third and grounded out to second twice. And that's going to be a pop-up straight up the chute. Fisk waits for it. Comes down. Makes the catch. And that's your ball game, folks. 3-1. Of course, being behind as many games as Boston is, they can't afford to lose to the Yankees. And Boston, 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. The Yankees, 1 run, 6 hits, and 1 error. Yaz was 2 for 4 with an RBI. Red Sox made hay when they could. 3 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They only left 4 men on base. You had Mickey Rivers was 2 for 4. Lou Piniella was 2 for 3. The Yankees were only 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They left 8 men on base. Andy Hassler picks up his first win, 1-1, 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, struck out 5. Stanley comes in, picks up his 8th save, 2 innings, 2 walks. Dick TIDROW falls to 10-6, 7 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned, struck out 3. Lindblad comes in, 2 innings of shutout baseball. And now let's do the rest of the American League. You got the Brewers taking on the Orioles in Baltimore. Palmer on the mound against Caldwell. That's a good looking pitch matchup. And the Orioles shut out the Brewers. 2 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors for the Orioles. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors. Now you got the A's taking on the Angels. Battle of California. And the A's win big. 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. The Angels, 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. Kansas City taking on the Tribe in the Mistake by the Lake. And Kansas City wins big. 13 runs, 17 hits, no errors. 2 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error for the Indians. And Leonard gets his 13th complete game. And the last game here in the American League is the Twins and the Mariners up in Seattle. And the Twins win 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors. The Mariners 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. Take a look at the standings and leaderboard in the American League. And with the loss, the Tigers and Red Sox are both 9.5 games back. The Brewers 12.5 games back. The Orioles 17.5. Blue Jays 24, and the Cleveland Indians 24.5 games back. And in the American League West, you got the Twins and Rangers tied up. Kansas City Royals are a half a game back. The White Sox 2.5. The Angels and A's 3.5, and the Lonely Mariners 22 games back. Jim Rice is leading the league with a .338 batting average, tied with 32 homers and 94 RBIs, leading the league in all 3. And you got the Gator, Ron Guidry, leading the American League with a 2.19 ERA. Add Figaro, 16 wins, and the Goose, 26 saves. Got Jim Rice leading in the MVP category, and Ed Figueroa leading in the Cy Young. And the final game of this 2-game series between the Red Sox and Yankees. Let's see what the pitching matchup looks like. And you got Mike Torres going up against Jim Beatty. Should be an interesting matchup here. And against the 2 pitchers. I want to thank Aaron Reed and Philip Reynolds for stopping by. If you're new to the channel and haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and bell on your way out. Until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.